Hey guys, welcome back. So everything from the holidays and everything, the first of the year, we've finally gotten taken care of. Things are settling down a little bit, getting back to normal. So it's time to get back to work on the house. So I've done a couple videos about the house before, different projects that we've done, but I've never really talked about what's going on here. So a few years ago, we'll say, I was looking for a place and I found 50 acres here. And I've always wanted to build my own house. I've always wanted a big shop too. So the two of those kind of naturally combined into building a shop house or a barn-dominium. So I got started on it, and while I'm still glad that I've done it, while I've been working on it, it's taken so much longer than I planned. We won't talk about exactly how long it's taken, but we'll just say that I definitely didn't figure that I would meet somebody, date her for quite a while, and get married before it was done. So that's kind of the status where we're at. But this is the house. It's a 40 by 64 foot long shop building that I've built almost exclusively by myself, with of course help from family and friends. I've hired two things done. The concrete guys that did the finishing, poured the concrete and finished the floor. I wasn't about to tackle that on my own. So I hired that done, and then I hired an Amish crew to put the sheet metal on the roof. That's about 20 feet in the air with purlins on edge that are spaced 2 feet apart. So that was one of the best $1,000 I've ever spent. But so this is what we got going on. I'll give you a tour, show you what our status is and what we've got going. So starting out on the house side, this is porch here, or kind of covered porch, I guess you could call it. At some point we're going to do tongue and groove, something, probably pine on the ceiling, some can lights, maybe a place for a swing, but that's kind of low priority at the moment. We go through the front door here, we'll come into the living room, and of course this place is a mess. Being a project for so long, it has its own project mess, and then other things that just get kind of dumped around. But this, walking in, we just walked into what will be the living room. So this is going to be the living room slash kitchen. It's about 33 feet by a little over 20 feet. I can't remember the exact dimension, maybe 22 feet. And this end over here, you can see our wood kiln still set up. This end over here will be the living room. And then as we come over here, this corner will be the kitchen. You see that window there? That should be centered on the kitchen sink there, with kind of cabinets around this way, cabinets around this way. Coming out of the living room, we've got a double door there. I plan to build a big deck out this direction. One of the reasons the entire orientation of the house was kind of based on this, and it'll be hard to see in the camera. So there's a lot of small trees and stuff growing up down there that need to be cleared out, but at the bottom of that hill is a pond, and I kind of set up the whole house so that these windows all face that pond, and then when we build the deck, we'll be able to look out over that. So off of the living room and kitchen, this first room will be a bedroom. So that's a 14 by 15 bedroom. And then through here, this will be the closet. You can see this hole down here. I've not shown that much on the on any videos or anything, but that's going to be a storm shelter. So if we come out of this bedroom, back into the living room, we'll hang it right, and then we've got a second smaller bedroom with another smaller closet. So back out into the kind of kitchen living room area. There in the corner where you can see that windmill. So that's going to be our bathroom with a window to the outside. Right next to it, we'll have a small pantry here that's like 4 foot by 8 foot, or 4 foot by 6 foot, probably something like that. I'm kind of forgetting a lot of the dimensions now. Going through this direction, so this will be one view that you've seen probably already in previous videos. That's our hydronic floor heat. So we've got heat tubes running through the concrete, so the floor is all heated. We've got it going right now. But this room will be a laundry room slash mud room. So that door comes from the shop, and then you can see that's our exterior door there. So it'd be kind of natural to come in here. Washer and dryer and stuff over there, but this will just be kind of a large laundry room slash mud room. So one thing that I didn't point out as I came into the living room, and something that'll be kind of a centerpiece of the house, is so if we come over here back to the front door, so I'm standing in front of the door just like I came in. If you look up there, you can see the floor kind of comes out there. So that's going to be a landing for a set of stairs. We're going to have a set of stairs coming straight from just past this door that will go up to that second floor landing. And these are going to be, what I'm planning to do is this will be a steel and wood staircase with thick oak treads. So we'll do a video on that sometime. One other thing while I'm in here, I almost forgot, is in the living room here, this ceiling is going to remain full height. So as you can see, those trusses, kind of the whole building was designed around the trusses a little bit. At the time, there were a lot of chicken houses being torn down around Arkansas, so they were all over the place on Craigslist and Facebook, fairly cheap. I don't remember exactly how much I gave for these, somewhere around like $75 a truss, but these are 40-foot free span trusses. So I bought those, had them sandblasted and painted them, and that was the entire idea behind the construction or the design of the building here. So that's 40-foot free span, and then they're set on channel iron posts, and the idea is that those are going to be exposed. Our ceiling in the living room here is going to be 22 feet tall to the peak there, and then between them I bought a bundle of tongue and groove cedar planks. So the idea is that the tongue and groove planks will be between the two trusses. The truss is exposed with being painted black like that, and then the tongue and groove ceiling between them I think will look really cool. So the black metal and wood theme is something we're going to kind of keep up with on the stairs as well. So let's go upstairs and check that out. All right, so we're upstairs now. I'm standing at the top of the landing that we were just looking at from downstairs. And so if I just walked up these stairs here, this will be the landing, and this is going to be kind of it's kind of hard to get this shown on camera. Let me back up here. So this area here is mostly all going to be open to the living room and kitchen. We'll have a railing probably that goes that direction, but this will be kind of I don't know, lounge type area. I'll probably put a desk up here. This is going to be an office that's open to the rest of the house. It'll be up here tucked out of the way, but still accessible, pretty easy. Excuse me. Over here, so this is going to be our mechanical room. You can see we've already got the pressure tank from the well, and we'll probably have things like the water heater, if we have any kind of furnace stuff, which I doubt. Most of that's going to be mini splits that we'll do videos on later, but this will be the area for that. We're debating on putting a small closet here yet. Haven't decided exactly, but that'll be to come. So this doorway, if you just come up the steps, this doorway here will go into future master bedroom. This is going to be somewhere around a 13 by 17 bedroom. And then of course we got the sloped ceilings up here. That's one reason that the building is so tall. So I did 14-foot sidewalls from the concrete up to the edge of the truss there. And that was so that I could do this second story and have plenty of headroom up here. So over on this end, as the trusses start to kind of come down, somewhere in here where it makes sense, we'll put a wall going this way, and that'll be a closet through that area. And then coming back, so there's our door again, and what's yet to be built is this is going to be a bathroom here. So we're going to have a wall across here with a door. The layout isn't determined exactly, but we're working on that. And then what we're going to do today is I'm going to work on framing up a wall that goes up underneath this truss. Given the position of this truss, it's going to be difficult to leave it exposed. It's so close to where we want the wall that it's going to be kind of a problem. We would wind up having a wall like right next to it, and it'd be hard to get drywall up under it and finish it and all that stuff. So I'm just going to encase this truss in this wall. I think it'll be about the only one other than what's in that closet over there. So that's what we're going to work on today, is see if we can get this wall framed up. It's going to be a little tedious trying to follow the slope of the ceiling and stuff here and work around that truss, boxing all that in. It's going to be a little bit of a pain. But so that's kind of where we're at as far as progress on the house. Is we're nearly complete framing. I've got to do that, and then this wall that separates the shop and the house, that's yet to be done before we can get to wiring and plumbing. So as to complete more of the tour of the house, this is the terribly, awfully dirty shop. I told myself I'd never let my shop get like this, and here we are. But anyway, so that leaves me about a 40 by what is it, 32, 34 foot shop with a 16 foot wide, 10 foot tall door in it. I think it'll be more than enough room to work on projects. It's just not going to be enough room to store a bunch of stuff like I currently am. But over the course of time, we'll get this cleaned up and get the shop set up. I'm hoping that red car will make a debut on the channel this year. I'd like to get it out and going. It's too nice of a car. I mean, it's definitely got its problem. It needs some work, but I hate for it to just be sitting here not doing anything. But let's get to work on this wall and see what we can get taken care of. So that was a pretty fast, abbreviated version of what happened there. I think the GoPro caught it all. I wish I could move that fast, but we got this wall for the most part framed in. It's pretty tedious. I don't know if all of this was necessary, but it seemed like a good way to go about it. So you can see I notched each stud around the truss, and then the other thing that made this complicated is all of the studs, of course, it's not a 90-degree angle, that's a slope. So I had to cut the angle on each end. Some of them I got kind of creative with there. You can see this notch is wider down here than it is up here, so that I'd have more meat to screw it in up at the top. Another thing that complicated this is apparently this thing's got a little bit of a bow in it. You can see how wide that is, that truss or that stud that I cut out right there. And then as we come back, you can see it gets thinner and thinner until finally I couldn't leave any meat there to go around. So what it is actually this bottom cord is wider than the top. So what I'm gonna have to do is come up with a nailer because I've got some room up top. You can see that there. This is all on a nice flat plane. But this being wider, this stud can't go around it and come back in, or there'd be a bow in the wall. So I'm gonna have to put a nailer up the top there for drywall. But overall, everything came out pretty good. So it took quite a while, but that's just kind of how it is here. But, well, I think the GoPro got most of that. It kind of cut out before I got it quite done, but that was a very abbreviated, fast version of what all went on here. So I got the wall pretty well taken care of. I probably put a lot more effort into it than was really necessary, but I don't know. I'm not a professional. I'm just figuring this out as I go. So what I did is notched out all my studs around the truss there, put that nailer on the top, spent a bunch of time with the laser level and my other long levels to make sure that I got everything true, and got that truss spaced inside the wall so that we go around it. One problem that I was fighting was apparently this thing's got a little bit of a bow to it. So you can see how thick this is right there. And as you come down the wall, it starts to get pretty thin. So you can see how narrow this one is. I actually even made it a little bit wider. So like on this one, I had a little more meat to put a screw into. But anyway, eventually it got out far enough here where I couldn't go around this bottom cord. The top cord is in far enough. It's okay, so I can still put a nailer up there, and so that we got something to put drywall on. And I'll probably just put some blocking or something in here to get this out flush with the wall, so we've got more to put the drywall on. But overall, I think it went pretty well. It's just a tedious, time-consuming process the way I did it. But so the next project, we'll be putting the top of this wall in. We got to build that wall up into the peak, and then we've got this wall. So that'll be the end of this video. We'll pick back up when we've got some more updates, and we move on to some other stuff. I'm excited to work on some plumbing and wiring. That'll be the next step. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.